Thank you for being with us. Our top story tonight, President Joe Biden announces new steps to beat the heat as millions of Americans face heat advisories. The city of Phoenix has seen at least 27 days in a row of temperatures exceeding 110 degrees Fahrenheit. This as the president is also feeling the heat politically. White House correspondent Owen Jensen reports.
Tracy, extreme heat has threatened millions of Americans, the Southwest really baking. White House officials say they're working on worker protections, improved weather forecasts, and more accessible drinking water. And today, President Joe Biden, here on a steamy summer day in the nation's capital, laid out his plan to cool things off. President Joe Biden turns up the heat on battling the heat. He's directing the Department of Labor to increase inspections of potentially dangerous workplaces, such as farms and construction sites, and plans to spend millions to develop more detailed weather predictions to anticipate extreme weather, like heat waves, plus $152 million to boost drinking water infrastructure and climate resilience.
I don't think anybody can deny the impact of climate change anymore.
The president was joined by federal emergency officials and mayors of two cities suffering heat waves, Phoenix and San Antonio. San Antonio saw at least 15 straight days of 100-degree plus temperatures. At least 13 deaths in Texas have been blamed on the extreme heat.
The number one weather-related killer is heat. 600 people die annually from its effects, more than from floods, hurricanes, and tornadoes in America combined.
Meanwhile, as it heats up outside, President Biden faces more political heat. Former President Donald Trump, running in 2024 and impeached twice himself, wants to see President Biden impeached over the business dealings of his son Hunter. In the press briefing room today,
I'm just not going to speak to the politics of this. I'm not going to speak to characterize any of this for the president. What I can say is that, and I've said this before, this is a personal matter.
And as the race for 2024 heats up, one governor with this prediction that Joe Biden will not be the Democratic nominee in 2024.
I think he's going to go through the primary process. I think he's going to collect all the delegates, and I think you're going to see a wild convention where he and his people start steering the delegates somewhere else. I really believe that, sincerely. I think it's a health thing. I think it's the Hunter Biden thing.
Also today, President Biden welcomes Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni to the White House for talks. The focus, Ukraine, China, and migration. On the subject of migration from North Africa to Europe's southern shores, more than 1,900 migrants have died or gone missing in the Mediterranean so far this year. And since 2014, the total of dead and missing stands at nearly 28,000 people. At the White House, Owen Jensen, EWTN News Nightly.